tables, first in line. I can play some heads up maybe, if my opponent is down for that. So another cash game stream. I'm currently riding, I want to say the first place in the leaderboard, but I'm not exactly sure. Gonna try and get this table running. Okay, a lot of people are ready to play, so we should get another one. Should get another one. Jablinski is ready to play. We're gonna 4 table, maybe 6 table if the action is really good. But 6 tables is hard on stream, so we're gonna start with 4 and go from there. Let's see, a little bit smaller. Not looking for heads up. Okay. Okay, my friend, all good. He's not looking for heads up, okay, fair enough. It's a 6 max championship. Another one. So this championship has been crazy. I went straight up to 100k in winnings, EV that is. Then we went down to 40 or something. And now we're back to 70 or 75. Yesterday I had 2 crazy sessions. It's way more swingy than anticipated. Here we're blocking both the 10 and the 5, which is kind of nice for hero calling. It unblocks his bluffs. He did find the bluff there. Here with the queen 10-10, we're going to peel. He's going to c-bet at a very high frequency. There's still a lot of hands that we're ahead of, and against the smaller size we want to defend a lot of hands. This turn we're really gonna struggle. I think we're just gonna fold this hand. Nice card to bluff for him as well, but he did have the double suited aces, no bluffski. Six on the turn. Heads up really easy to over bluff, so sometimes you have to just check back and be even more polarized on the turn. 4 on the river. We have a straight, we're blocking no pairs on the board, which is not great for hero calling. Here on the ace-9-3 it's hard to have a bluff or harder, but against a small size we have a relatively easy call. Same thing here. Did have the full house. Expert 3-bet. It's a bit to lose, but interesting one. I think we can just c-bet and go with this hand. It's fairly close. 2 pair and a good shot. It's kind of gross when we get jammed into. I think I'm going to continue betting actually. Quarter pot. I still think we're ahead of his hands. Most of the 2 pairs he has are jamming. We need some protection against the straight draws. It's very tough size to challenge or to cope with, but we'll see. Let's find the call. We have showdown. It's not much, of course, but if we start bluffing this hand, it's gonna be a lot of bluffs. Just check and pray. Like betting the river is definitely an option. see what Jablinski does. Put bet on the river. I think we're just gonna fold. Like pretty rough or hard to find a bluff here, but you never know. Okay. King high flush. Fair, fair. We have some chats coming in. General Snout. Hello, good luck. Thai MYSC. Hey, did you see that Kumikon runs 40 stacks under EV? Yeah, it's crazy. There's a couple of guys actually that are running super terribly. These 10-20 swings they're serious. They're very serious. Good luck, Venny from Patorus Bell. Fresh melon juice. Dude, why are you letting the peasants behind you close the gap? Come on, man. Yeah, and I was almost out of the whole ranking. If you check my Twitter, you can see how swingy it was, but I think I'm shadow banned on Twitter or something. Yeah. Pretty rough to wrap a hand here. Ron, what's up, my main man? Mano, hey, Dirt. Okay. New name. Have fun and good luck. Monkey coming in. We'll have some action today, I'm sure. Sagas, super grinder. He fell off pretty hard in the rankings, I think. Pretty hard in the rankings. Let's see. Updated. Roughly at 12. I think I'm losing the lead. I think I'm going to lose the lead. Wow, Kumikon 80k under EV. That's kind of crazy. Huh? Going to start with a check. Out of position. We like to check a lot. Serenito checks back. 3 pair. 3 pair. Nice hand to hero call with. Guess it's not really a hero call on the river anymore. Of course, A10 and King 10 become like very okay value bets now. Comes in with a small bluff in position. That's interesting. Not sure how much we get to see bet here, but holding 2 pair and a club is kind of nice, and then we'll just shut down. I think we're folding here. Sagas with the call. My size was very small. I'm going to call, but I'm not super happy about it. Check, jack. Okay. Fair. Raising was an option, of course, it was on the table. was on the table. Rough start. Vincenzo, ciao fortissimo De Venividi. Besides variants, you learned something new in the challenge. Yeah, the people are fucking savages in 6 max. That's new to me. I had to get used to that. No, I mean, like, no crazy things. I'm just gonna continue here on the 9 of diamonds. I feel like I can bluff a lot of rivers. This being one of them. Let's see if we can get one through. Saga's very good, very decent player. Plays a lot of tables at the same time, but doesn't really seem to bother him. Like, making calls like this is absolutely insane when you multi-table. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is happening here? Super nice, like, call from a solver point of view, where if you're holding the 8, you're blocking part of my value betting range. Would I call here myself? Not sure. I think it's fine. It looks super crazy, but if you think about it, it's okay. I have a very wide range there as well. Yeah, I guess if we want to wrap the flush, we want to bet big here. So we will do that. He finds the call. Such a terrible river. We're actually, like, representing a straight now, or trying to. 10-7, I'm sure I would bet here like this with the heart, but it's a crying bluff, we call it. We do get it through. It's always so nice when those bluffs turn out, or those calls turn out to be right. Yeah, super good players, I guess. He fell off the rankings. Let's see where he is now. He's 13th at the moment. Monkey, we just have an easy flat call here, I think. And a trouble flop. Okay, he finds the check, which is very surprising. Gonna check as well. Very hard for him to have bluffs there. It's such a weird spot where he seemingly has 0 bluffs. Then my hand feels too strong to fold, but when I boat up, it's not even that good. Weird hand. Yeah, we're gonna fold, I think. Could definitely have a bluff, but He's sizing quite big. Six, yeah. And here he has the bluff. So we're timing right so far. Very suspicious sizing as well. Ranking question mark. I will send a link. Actually, if you Google Coin Poker Championship leaderboard cash game, you'll find it. I'm not sure if I can link it. Hey lads, from Boeger Plausch, where can I see the rankings? So I just explained it. Top grinder, preferito Derek, top skills, blah 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 blah. Now Vincenzo, I really appreciate your comments. I always see them because there's only a few guys that comment in Italian on my videos. What brand of hat do you normally wear? I keep forgetting. Let's see if I can find it. Couldn't find it, but it's a Dutch brand, so I'm not sure if you can even buy it. Calling here, of course. I think we're folding this hand. Let's see how Jochi is feeling today. He's having a straight. It's good enough. It's a Dutch brand. I'll think of the name soon. Good luck, Shark. Random question. What would you estimate your win rate to be at the 2550 6-max PLO on CoinPoker? The rake is 4BB hand cap. 4BB per hand. Wow, that sounds unbeatable. If the cap is really 4BB a hand, I don't think I would be winning in a setting like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Four BBs, the per hand is crazy. I always say to my audience, like, I'm a really big fan of CoinPoker. Like, look at what they're doing now, the championship. It's definitely costing them a lot of money running these rake-free tables. But on all the networks, the rake seems to be very high at the micros. So I would really advise to search for games that are not raked too heavily, because it's very hard to beat 4BB handicap. I don't think it's beatable. That's very crazy. I hope you run good, Venny. Awesome to watch this format. Good luck, man. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck, good luck. Who has Zagas on Stars or ACR? He's a bit of an unknown. You mentioned that you only started getting very good at cards after going bust, finding a backer. How were you able to do this? Do you have any tips as to finding one? Okay, so for me it was very random. I was playing on 8-a-day poker and somebody joined my table with a Maltese flag. I was living in Malta at the time because I moved there because we have very weird taxation in the Netherlands when it comes to poker. So I asked him for lunch. So I went on a random friendly date with this guy. because I had no friends there. So it was like you want to go for lunch, trying to meet new people, and we talked a little bit about poker. Like he was clearly better than me and more structured. And then whenever I went broke or almost went broke, I sent my database to him, showing that I was a good poker player. I was supposed to win money, but I was not winning money at the moment. So he thought I'll make a quick buck by staking this guy, but then I kept running bad, and in order to protect his investment, he started coaching me a bit, and it turned out that I was a very talented poker player, but I just didn't have a good system to improve my game. I was just playing, leaning on the talent I had, and just putting in a lot of hours and not really researching or studying in a coherent way. So he really helped me with that, and we had a session, or probably somewhere between 15 and 20, and things really started taking off after that. Flop a straight here. Hi Sham, I didn't have time, sorry, to check it out, and to be honest, I'm very busy at the moment, so we're gonna have to put that on a bit of a hold. Oh, missing a lot of chats. What car do you have, boss? Good luck today. I actually have an Aston Martin DB9, but at the moment it's sitting in the Netherlands, and my dad is driving it, not me. Okay, we're gonna defend here. Limp the ace king jack. Limp call. It's a pretty terrible hand because all the ways we can make money with this hand are taken away by the fact that we have the ace of hearts and the king of hearts and the jack of hearts. But still pretty strong hand. How many tables do you play at once in this championship? Between 6 and 8 is the... 6 I feel very comfortable, and 8 sometimes I'm a little bit short on time. 4 when I'm streaming seems to be the amount to go for. Good luck legend for Mohamed Kata. Jens Peter Nielsen is saying leaderboard. Hi Vinny, are you in Malta? I am not. Thank you for the question. Dirk, since you said you don't like wearing expensive watches, will you give it away to a viewer if you win it maybe? Haha. Yeah, I have to think about what I will do with the watch. Guess the one we're getting is not crazy expensive, but I wouldn't really feel comfortable wearing it. Hello Dirk, have you seen the F1 race? I have not. Kirill Moisov, what is your diet? Does food impact your game mental focus? I mean, you can definitely eat a lot during lunch and feel very sleepy or drowsy, but I don't. I feel like it doesn't affect me that much, but maybe I should pay attention to it. Might skip work today to watch the stream. Good luck. That's a good idea, sir. That's a very good idea. This is a very nice hand to stab with. We're blocking one pair. We have a lot of cards that block his continuing range. We have the ace of spades and the fives, so we can bluff a lot of rivers. Not this one. We actually have a very low amount of showdown, but we'll take it. We'll take it. And if he bets there, we maybe have to call. We're unblocking all the bluffs. We block ace king. How did it feel to run so hot? How you keep your head clear? I'm usually scared. I'm usually scared at some point of the good run that the downswell will come sooner or later. It feels amazing. Like obviously you get a little bit like cocky, start thinking that you really outplay everyone, but in general it's kind of nice. I think I want to bet 1/5 here. Going to get a lot of credit from these guys, of course. And if they jam on me, I have a serious decision, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Looks very strong as well. Click check your rank on the leaderboard. Maybe they updated the leaderboard. Maybe God from stock is number 1 now. No, they still didn't update it. Let's see. 25.50 is 4BB cents. Yeah, that's pretty wild. So if we're playing in a juicy live game, will 5% 4BB cap, is it even possible to win? Do we have to play super deep? I mean, surely it's possible, but imagine 4BB cap, it's like they're raking the game for a good 200 big blinds per 100 hands, so you need players at the table that lose more than the 200 big blinds. I think it's a terrible setup. You should definitely talk to your game runner or just play in another game. Could be beatable, but it's just a terrible setup. I'm not too sure what we should do here. Folding seems to be out of the question. And now jamming could be something. Sagas has been getting the best of me. I think jamming is okay, but not great. All in. It's probably pretty bad news. 28%. Ooh, we get there. It's pretty bad for the EV, but 28%. Zagas crushing me again. He's been crushing me all series. It's funny, you have a couple of guys you run super bad against and a couple of guys you run super good against. I was planning on doing a challenge on PokerStars, but the rake is crazy high. I don't think there's any way to beat the rake there. No, I think the solution is just not to play micro stakes. I don't think it's good for your poker game at all. So I feel like you just have to skip micros and just go to 1-2 PLO straight. They're going on a first date and end up without a new boyfriend, but with a huge poker career. Oh boy. I'm feeding the rumors, the Victor rumors. Friendly, it was a friendship date. Max Roth, but then you are supposed to be buying in for max, like maybe 1000 BBs. You can, but if players are really bad, think NBA players at home game. Then you'll win with 50 BB stacks, just depends on opponents. Absolute rulers. Yeah, I mean, there's private games that there's a way, like people that lose 1,000 big blinds per 100 hands, then no amount of rake can destroy the game. But Dirk, honest question, I feel like I have the potential to win at PLO 200 or PLO 500, but I don't have the bankroll for it. Do you think it's better to grind low stakes for bankroll or find a backer? If you really are on the level that you should be to play those games, it's better to find a backer. Like, it's a way quicker route to success. I did the same thing where when I almost went broke, I stayed playing at the same stakes because I felt like level-wise I shouldn't move down, and I decided to find a backer if I went broke. Big hand here on the bottom right. Serenito against Monolink. He's in the bank, so he has something that he has to consider calling with. Please, Vanny, just one advice how to deal with the urge of get back the lost money mentality after you're a few buy-ins behind. Yeah, it's tough. Like, it's a very, like, poker can be very personal. So whenever you're losing a couple of buy-ins, and especially if it's like against one guy, I think it's kind of normal to feel like you deserve to win or you have to get him back or those kind of emotions. You have to keep reminding you that most of the time it's personal only on one side. What I'm trying to say is, for instance, Zagas has been getting the best of me, and it really feels like he's outplaying me, but most likely he's just getting good hands whenever we play against each other, and I am actually not getting outplayed, so it's tough to barrel again here. We can bet, but we can definitely check as well. Here we're going to go for a bluff. Super cool to take the pot down with ace high, as we do. I mean, heads up is very personal, so yeah, it's very hard never to tilt when you're playing in a heads up setting. Hello Vanny, do you only invest in blah blah blah? Kaioshin, yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on it. I've sold everything a long time ago. Did that staker and Malta do well in poker after? Yeah, he did. He did very well. Both with staking and with playing. Yeah, we find the check. Jablinski here. Gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Jablinski. Serenito with a nice slow play. You said something funny in your vlog along the lines of either I win or I go back to my parents' basement where I feel most comfortable, so it's a win-win. Incredible one-liner. Thank you, sir. Yeah, and obviously it's not that bad. Like, I can win a lot of those or lose a lot of those tournaments before I have to go back to the basement of my parents, but to be honest, I love my parents a lot, and living with them again doesn't like strike me as the worst punishment. We have not seen the band hammer in some time. Big E, you're definitely right. We need a band hammer. Dirk is planning on baiting us in his private club with 25 BB per rake cap with the Rolex he wins. I don't see myself running a game with that amount of rake. Kumikon a third with -10, pretty insane. Yeah, it's like the swings are like even in the EV, and I've played 30k hands now, but it says something, but it says nothing at the same time. Swings are really, really, really crazy. Winner, the challenger, Dirk, Forza Dirk. Roy Stan is saying they should give a 15k Rolex to the biggest loser of the challenge as well. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm going to start with a bet here. Like, it's not a super strong hand, but we're pushing quite a bit of equity. Now with the second nut straight, I think check calling twice is great, or checking and then betting on the river can also be nice. Okay, first check call. Yeah, we're never gonna fold here. We have the double 10, even if our opponent is super tight. I think we just have the most standard call ever. It's nice we did bait him into bluffing. Nice incentive for people at the bottom to punt harder. I agree. Punt 100k for a 15k Rolex. I mean, there's something with challenges though, like even for me, like for the money it doesn't really matter this challenge, but just having a leaderboard, having something to win, having something to grind for, I have definitely been taking this more seriously than I should have. They did update and got from stock is first. Yeah, that's crazy. He's a very likable guy as well. Mine is not updated yet, I think. Right. So that's the first time we're dropping from the first place. Actually, I have dropped, but they just didn't update it the 3 days that I was running terrible. No, that's not the right leaderboard. Let's see. No, Coin Masters, come on. Cash game. Okay. No, I can't find it anymore. Great success. Here we're going to c-bet. Okay. Well, I can't find it anymore. Great. Dirk, I was just linking the leaderboard for the chat. Good luck, good luck. Ah, okay. Nice. But live games or app games right now are all minimum 4 BB cap. It's pretty bad. Emil, the Rolex is meaningless. Sponsorships and bragging rights might be in the millions if you know how to flip it. I wouldn't say millions, but I think we fold here. We're not blocking any pair on the board. We could stab the turn, of course. Nice sizing. You're always playing without a HUD. No, when I stream I play without the HUD. Usually with. How much up or down this session? Small win, small loss in EV. Hello, Vinny. I know you know. Thank you for sharing your play in the Cash Game World Championship. It's been super insightful to watch you play. I was wondering if you have some recommendations for coaching, specifically heads up 200 to 1k on coin. No, not really. I mean, back in the day on 2+2, there used to be a nice like marketplace for that kind of stuff. Probably like proposing something long term to a successful heads up player could be a nice way to go about it. One time is saying I am beating PLO 200 at the moment and I have a 50k live bankroll. However, I have a family and 2 kids. I am very worried about going on the downswing. When can I ever move up if I have expenses every month? Yeah, it's a different code to crack when there's a family on the line. I think you should be way more protective of your bankroll whenever a family is involved. I'm gonna go for a stab here. They're both kind of capped, like Sagas could lead his value for sure. They find a call, both of them, so yeah, we're gonna shut this Blefsky down. I guess I want to mostly check. Pot bet, that's pretty big. Gonna fold this one. Queen on the river. That's a red flop. That's a pretty red flop. Wow, he puts again. I mean, Jack, 9-10 of diamonds, Ace-10 of diamonds all beat us, but we're beating King Jack, Queen Jack. I could definitely have Jack. Will he play it like that? I don't think so. Did find the bluff, snap fold. Dangerous guy, this guy. Not many people have the pot there. So yeah, one time I would recommend just being super tight with your bankroll. Playing 200 PLO sounds very reasonable. I mean, obviously, if you want to maximize for wins, you want to move up at some point, but I think the headache of grinding and having a family at the same time can be pretty tough. Emil saying, felt the same about not moving down. Hard to tell if I really belong in the PLO 200 stakes when you really can't get enough volume in. So it's going to be hard sell to backers. Well, there's a way to find out. Like, find someone who knows, have your database checked. You have to be active with these things. I've been very bad at the start of my career as well, but nowadays I think you can even ask ChatGPT what stats you should be looking for, and maybe it gives you a decent answer. Didn't expect Kumikon to be top 2 in this challenge. Why? He's a good player. If you play all day on GG Poker, you can get 3k plus hands a day, easily 6 to 8 tabling. Yeah, if these games were running all the time, I'm not sure if I would be playing them, but from a stress point of view, it's definitely more relaxing to... Whoa, that's a hand you should not be playing. King, 3-8, that's fine. It's less stressful than high stakes for sure, but still very personal. I think we're going to bet here with the sixes. BDG is thinking about it. It's close, but it's going to be a fold for me. Bets again. Going to call. Don't bluff the Fanny. Do you think without your friendly date you would come to the point you are now, or did that make a huge impact? I think without that happening in my life would be completely different. It's been an insane impact on my life, and I would 100% not be where I am now if I didn't meet that person. So in that sense, and in many senses, I got incredibly lucky. I just went on I met a random guy who ended up being my backer, who ended up being like part of like one of the best or most successful poker teams in the world at that time. So yeah, got very lucky in that regard. Like, people always forget how lucky they get along the way. And now we're getting unlucky because we have to bluff here. Kimikon has been calling us a lot, and he's actually been complaining about me having the nuts too often. Not this time. The backer was Victor the Stallion. It was their first date and they live happily ever after and never look back. Unfortunately, it was not Victor the Stallion, but could have been the story, yes. Any strong opinion on what solution site is the best, Pilo Mastermind or Pilo Genius? For this challenge, I've been using Pilo Genius, so it's pretty great. Like, there's so much good stuff out there these days. Like, back in the day, it was completely different. I was lucky enough to be part of a team that had like pretty good solutions, but nowadays like everyone has access to them, but still it's not everyone uses it, so there's definitely a lot of like potential room for improvement. We're gonna stab here. It's super whatever. We do have the king of clubs, which is nice. I'm expecting quite a bit of leads from Jochi from the small blind on this card. So we're just gonna go ahead and stab. Hi Derek, great to see you streaming. It's 7:30 a.m. in the States. Can you explain the rake more, please? I don't understand. I'm playing 50 cent to $1 PLO. I'm not sure what you want me to say. Like, it's basically a very easy story. The more rake you pay, the worse your opponents have to be. So making sure that you play in like low rake environments is super important for the like increasing the odds to make it as a poker player. Starting with a check here out of position. Assassinato tuning in. Good step, small. Good call. That's a bad call. That's a good call. Mono link. I'm supposed to call here, but I'm going to fold. Let's see what he shows up with. Or not. Or not. Or... yeah, I'm gonna call. Sometimes it's annoying that you roughly know what you should be doing, but... Mono has a bluff, huh? Mono has a bluff ski. If he calls, we have to squeeze. If he does not... I think we're still gonna squeeze. We can flat call the weaker aces. Not sure about my sizing here. We can definitely like use all sizes, half pot, 3/4 pot. Annoying. Do you think more people will play in coin poker after the series? Was it a well-done marketing scheme? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they're getting a lot of attention around poker. A lot of hand histories being shared. A lot of people streaming content. So I think long term it could be good, but short term they're taking quite a big hit, like not raking games and. So I'm very happy that they are actually doing it. 9 on the turn, which spells disaster because we have to turn this hand into a bluff, I think. Checking back a ton of 9s still, so I think we have a credible line here. We're just gonna go for a raise and then a pot bet on the river. Like if my opponent has a 9, he has a very easy call on the turn and a very easy call on the river. But if not, it's a super tough spot to be in. Whatever happened to the Joey Ingram interview, by the way? Have you talked to him about it? Yeah, it was supposed to be posted a couple of times. I think he's in a not great, how do you say? If life was a cakewalk for him at the moment, I think it would have been posted a long time ago, but apparently there's other stuff on his plate that he has to take care of. It's a bit annoying, and now it's been a year since we did the interview, so it's super ridiculous if he puts it out because at that time I was having the biggest winning year of my life, and then I'm having the biggest losing year of my life this year. So yeah, my leaderboard hasn't been updated yet. No, mine neither. One time, are you playing full time or is it still a hobby? Full time. Is there any way to figure out who's who on CoinPoker, or are most of the guys keeping their identity secret from Zigmundi? Like, I know most of them, but people are pretty protective of their identity for the obvious reasons. It's obviously better if your opponents don't know who you are, and like certain reads and stuff can be there because people know who you are. Mr. Flair is betting into us twice. Not that many rivers that we like, but we have to call here 3 times. Huh. So at around this time, I have enough hands that are straight, so I don't have to go crazy with the hero calling against this size though. Knowing how creative Ric Flair is. Feels like we're getting milked here, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay, because we flop a Topsetski. We're gonna pot this one. Insane spot. Like, we're praying super hard for set. Just imagine the EV that will come from it. Ace, 3-5, exciting times. Ooh, we have an all-in. We have a buyer. Oh, ace 10. No bueno. That's a very nice one for the EV line. Here with the 10s, we're just gonna try and take him to showdown. Check 10-6, we're out of position. We have a good shot, backdoor flush draw and an overpair. We're going to apply maximum pressure here with a pot bet. When you're looking at sizes for the flop and you're not sure which one to use, a nice rule of thumb, that's not always true, but can be true in general, is whenever the flop is two-tone, meaning there's a flush draw on the board, like half pot is used a lot by the solver, and when it's rainbow, so there's no flush draws, pot bet is used quite a bit. I mean, pretty neat turn. Doesn't hit his range super hard. And here we're praying for a flat call and then a flush hitting the river. Should be well ahead of the range that he goes into the time bank with. Yeah, the sponsor stuff is only in the millions when you're DNX or like super high. High up the ladder, like a guy like Koen does very well, I think. We're still small. Below 200 is the best way to make 10k a month while being able to stay at home. 10k a month is a lot at 200 PLO. If that's what you're winning, then you shouldn't be too worried about moving up. What do you say player got from stock? Yeah, super strong player, has made some insane hero calls against me. I can't give too many details, of course. My leaderboard hasn't been updated. Can somebody send me a link of an updated leaderboard? Do people still play at PokerStars, or is it only pros? Yeah, there's still people playing, but it's drying up, the poker action there, I think. It's drying up somewhat. The mechanics of poker. When he wins, he has to come on the pot. What do you guys think? Yeah, I mean, for sure I have to do a new podcast now that Joey Ingram is not putting it out for a year. And the guys at Mechanics are doing a great job. I think they're getting a nice amount of views on everything. And they did the legendary interview with Owen as well, I think. So it would be a nice one. No promises, but yeah, surely I'll do some media stuff if I manage to win it. But as for now, we're not in the first place, so not something I have to worry about. I'm going to start with a check. Raising is definitely on the table. Having the 7 is kind of nice. Going to fold. Alright, that's not great for bluff catching. 9-9. That raise would not have worked. One time saying, thanks Vinny, I've learned a lot from your videos. Thanks man, that's a good reason for me to keep going. Thoughts on tipping culture in live games? Even if only tipping 25-50 over every session, it adds up over time. On top of casinos already raking and passing burden of paying them a fair wage to players. Yeah, not sure. I don't have a super strong opinion on it. Let's see if we can flop here. No dice. But I feel like if the casino is treating you very well and they're not raking the game an exorbitant amount, like you can just tip the dealer every now and then when you win a big pot, or it all depends on how you're being treated. Like my Vegas experience was pretty terrible. I had not pretty terrible, it was like super terrible. Like how I was being treated by the floor and stuff was like super ridiculous. I think Vegas is really on the way to going bust. Whenever people talk about Vegas back in the days, it was probably a great place to be, but nowadays it's a terrible place to be. Like people seem to be super unhappy being dealers in the casino. Everyone is making you feel super bad if you don't tip like crazy amounts of money. I was playing table games, and the casino staff was like treating me like a bad guy. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I didn't really like it. So 9-10. 9-10 makes a straight flush. We're blocking the second one, which really sucks in terms of getting called. Ric Flair's thinking about the bluff with the 9 of diamonds. So yeah, I had a terrible experience in Vegas, and I think they're heading into like not going bust, but really will struggle turning a profit. They're trying to like make money in every way, and it's super obvious and doesn't feel nice at all. So like, it's in a way the most expensive, or one of the most expensive cities in the world. Like I went clubbing, my friends and I got a table for 4K or 5K, and I probably had one of the worst nights out of my life. Yeah, I think it's not a it's not a like a good business strat, making people overpay for a super mediocre experience. We stab here, we get raised small. It's annoying. I think we have to float. Do we though? I'm going to fold. I think I should float against that size. Yeah, very interesting hand choice as well. Against that hand we definitely have to float. Okay, we have to float this guy next time. ChatGPT said I'm a very promising poker star and you should watch your wallet because I'm coming from them beans. No, I meant more in like a tactical way. Being able to see what kind of ranges you should be playing and maybe loading your hands into the database. Thanks, Vinny. Following on from your recommendation, who do you rate as the best heads-up players at 1K or 2K? Okay, we bet small here. Huh. Funny run out. Maybe just check back the river. Annoying. Almost played it perfectly. Who do you rate as the best heads-up players at 1K, 2K? In my view, Tony, 1993, Kumi and Blueberry seem like the strongest. Yeah, I think that's a good guess. Mechanics of poker, yes. I would love a good long interview with Dirk. Jens Peter Nielsen. Emil the Raccoon is saying, I still play on PokerStars and I'm certainly no pro. But there are a lot of regulars and good players on there. Against half pot we have to continue here. Against the bigger size it becomes kind of close. Jens Peter Nielsen, what are we talking about here? Still poker, right? Where do you get your background music? It's Epidemic Sound, I think. License-free music. Say yes if you want to see a full pot with Dirk on the mechanics of poker. Love your vids, happy to catch a stream live. Fresh melon juice, no, I think it hasn't been for a long time. GG Poker would guess is the biggest currently. Yes, they are the market leaders. Not the best for poker players, that's for sure, but A lot of questions. You guys are very active today. My mental is pretty strong. Like this year it's been rough. Like I'm down a lot of money this year. But considering how poorly I've been running, mentally I'm still there. It's not been great. Like I get very busy in my head when I lose a lot. I really grind hard, study hard, and forget the people close to me a little bit. But so far, for how poorly I've been running, it's been okay. How would you describe this player got from stock? I mean, I cannot really give my reads on him. That would be kind of stupid, as he's my number one competitor at the moment. But he's a very good player, and he made a couple of insane calls against me that were right. By the way, Dirk, have you seen my suggestion for next Sunday stream? I have not, sir. Please tell me your suggestion again. Very good call in hindsight. If I stack someone, pot is 100, how much is the side taking? Going to 3-bet here, big blind. Okay, spicy turn, spicy flop. I think we check raise this hand. And here we're going to raise, I think. Wrapping the 9-10. Okay. And I think here we're just gonna check call. Pray that we're good. It's a shame he didn't step the flop, or I guess with this turn it's not a shame. Six, 7. I think he has to step the flop, but he ended up not doing it, and he was right. Maybe check out Luke Botter. He's the small stakes content champ. Yeah, I think so too. Who's the best player among the big losers in this challenge? Ah, that's a nice question. You see, sometimes you guys have very nice questions. Let's see, we're going to the bottom of the barrel. It's crazy, there's been almost 800 players who have been active here. Let's see, so Quincy is in second to last. He's a very good player. He's probably just running very bad. Seb is there. He's always talking smack on stream, but he's been struggling. The boat is very good, also in the bottom somewhere. You can run so bad. Like if I ran super bad, I would be somewhere at the bottom as well. Like, I'm going to check back the queens with the flush draw. It's not really a hand we want to pile money in with. Hi Derek, thanks for the stream, very appreciated. Could you move the cam to the left so we can see the cards of the left player on the bottom left table? Yes, sir. We don't need to see the couch. True. 3 on the river. Perfect spot for him to check raise, but going to bet for value. We could consider folding this hand against the check raise. Some people don't bet because they fear the check raise. I think that's a very poor way to approach the spot. Do you ask for coaching nowadays or ask other high profile players sometimes to look at hands? Yeah, I still get coaching quite actively. On this flop, I think we have a case to lead. It's a pretty bad turn. We have 23% for sure. And a little bit of fold equity, but not much. He's calling a pot bet. I should check raise here. Wow, he folds. That's very nice, huh? Whoo. Just clicking buttons. This should have been a check raise, but I wasn't fully aware of the positions. Locked in on the other hand. Not necessarily a good move, but it worked. Here it's kind of hard for us to have a bluff. Sagas is for sure going to call me off. He's been... hey, yeah, that's it. Complain. That's how you get there. That's how you get there. Complaining to the poker gods. Okay. And now we're gonna bet here and he's gonna fold. Imagine him folding ace high or king high. Like we have a super decent hand, but no showdown, so it's super nice to bet it. If you get raised, we're in a terrible spot. And then here, I mean, we have to continue bluffing. We have all the aces and kings. We have zero showdown if we check. It's kind of rough to wrap a hand. A lot of the hands that he calls with is ace, queen, king, queen, which really blocks the bluffing range. But I think we should just go for it. Yeah, it's super standard hand, I guess. Shame we couldn't hit the river there. Okay, limp call. Limp Kalski. The big bet from Jochi. So yeah, I still work together with people. I still get coaching. Like if you don't, it's kind of a mistake, I think. This is a funny spot. He's actually betting into me. Such a strong line, but I think if we ever want to have bluffs here, it's this one. Yeah, it doesn't fall for it. 21%, that's not that much. Ace king, yeah, no chance he was folding there. No chance. We do have a lot of king there, which kind of sucks, but Michael, thank you all, appreciate it. Very thankful viewers today. We need to see Pretty Boy Champ in full. I'm kind of missing this conversation. Yo, Dirk, will there ever be a Dutch stream? Would be great, and there's not many Dutch poker vloggers. Maybe, but I will limit the people that can watch the stream to people that speak Dutch, which is a bit of a shame, I think. But maybe. Do you think Going Poker will get rid of the confusing CHP rakeback soon and hopefully change it to something like the old Supernova Elite system on Stars? I think that would attract a load of grinders. I think so, yeah. Gamat is saying, do you think it's hard in the current game state for an average PLO 100 or PLO 200 player to make 100k a year? I don't know about the level there and the rake. I think the rake is the biggest opponent. Also, after having played this championship, there's opportunities at 1020 for sure. Got to update that story from the biggest year to the worst year. I'm sure many great things to cover. I agree. Impossible. You would not play PLO 200 if you could get that much. You're having the most losing year. How come? Because of the live tournaments. That's most of it, I think. Live tournaments, buying action and other people in live tournaments. Kind of break even, slightly losing online. I've got some other stuff that has been going pretty poorly. Hello, how are you? How many tables do you play for 6 and how many BB 100 can we get if we are good like you in this 1020? I mean, at the start of the challenge, I think a win rate of 15 would not have been super crazy because the games were very good. Now, the games are getting tougher, so I think a really, really good player between 8 and 10. And I'm a really good player, but there's definitely a couple of guys who are technically better than me, so they are more likely to have that win rate than me. I'm too sloppy in some spots. Without giving away your secrets, how many hours a week would you need to study of the right materials on average to become elite? 1 hour a day and 1 hour a day and some talent, and you'll crush the player pool for sure. But oftentimes people spend a lot of time on study material that they should not be studying, so then it becomes a bit rough. Serenito wins a big one against Speedy G. Who's the best player out of Quincy, J. Nandez, G. Meme, CCB? What does that mean? Probably something weird. Going to one and done this one. It's not even a good lead, but sometimes you just have to click the button. Dirk, how do you see poker goals for yourself in the future? What would bring you the most joy and happiness? Yeah, it's something I have been thinking about a lot. I think in the end, for me, where the most happiness lies is not necessarily life without poker, but for instance, this challenge, I really sacrificed my health, my sleep, and people close to me to grind 10 hours a day, which is super ridiculous if you think about it, but also you need something to do, so for me that's poker. I really love it. It's been going great in general. So yeah, I would have to think about it. Surely in a perfect world I will be not grinding at the age of 35. I know the poker world loves it, like people who grind till they die, basically. Like Doyle Brunson, for instance. But there's also like, surely he had a great time doing it, but it's also maybe not the best way to spend your life. I don't know. I feel different ways about it, I guess. Okay, we'll try to get a 4 table up and running. Back to the first place we go after that ace-ace top set. Yeah, it's so nice to hit. Really makes a difference. How much does the average mid-stakes grinder make then, and what is the threshold below 500 1k? I mean, if you're playing 1k PLO, I think you're making 100k a year or something, maybe 150 would seem about right. It's just, I can think of so many other things. Like, if you really enjoy playing poker, it's something you should aspire to do. But if you don't enjoy playing poker, there's so many like different ways to make money or to add value to society. So I'm really a big fan of telling people not to play poker. Like, of course, if you have a dream and you're willing to make sacrifices and that kind of stuff, I'm all for it. But a lot of people just want to make a quick buck, and poker is just not the place, I think. Wow, so many questions, huh? I'm still way behind. I am worried I don't work hard enough. Yeah, probably not hard enough, and probably not smart enough, if I had to guess. Kimicon currently 40 buy-ins under. Yeah, but they don't count the winnings, right? It's still impressive because, yeah, it's kind of annoying to run that poorly. This is maybe something you present a potential hacker, but nowadays you can show expert skill with solver training or ICM trainer. Okay. Becker. That makes more sense. Steph really complaining. Yeah, it was a terrible experience. Vegas. Like, it was nice. I was there with my friends. I had a good experience, but the Vegas experience is not great at all. $9 for a small bottle of water, and they look at you like death for expecting change out of a 20. Yeah, it's something they should really change actively, I think. Never going again. Have you played cash games in Cyprus? Rake is 2%, 300 USD cap. Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna quit the rake talk. I had enough of it. So you're not going to Vegas for the PGT? No, like one time in Vegas is more than enough for me per year. I would like to have it at 0, but World Series of Poker is kind of cool and a lot of nice opportunities there. Doesn't this format disincentivize bluffing if players are only concerned with EV? No. If you win the pot, you win EV. Vegas is full of thieves. You really have to be careful. Don't carry a bunch of cash. You'll get robbed on those bridges from casino to casino. Fucking thieves. Okay. Somebody had an even worse experience in Vegas than I did. Good for you, but it sounds like you guys are crushing it. Keep it up. Ooh. That's a decent flop, huh? Blocking the top set as well. Going to stab. Here we can call. We can even raise maybe. Ace king. Definitely should consider betting for value here, but half pot would be a great size. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, I think. He would have called that one for sure. I think I should be thinking longer about my blockers there, see which hands he can be calling with. Go to check call this hand. Six would have been nice, huh? Okay. Going to check. Do you think there is any potential for PLO MTTs in the future as more sites seem to add and more PLO action? Yeah. PLO, listen, PLO tournaments, if you want to make money in poker, PLO tournaments is definitely the way to go because it's not that competitive or less competitive than cash games. And the stakes are still very high. It's just an insane way to make a living, like playing tournaments, because now you're not worried about okay, how do I say this? Your entire year in terms of winnings is going to depend on whether you win a couple of flips or not, which is an insane way to have a poker career. I guess you can sell a lot of action to backers and that kind of thing, but yeah, it just seems super terrible to make a way to make a living. I think I'm going to check here, then potentially check raise. My opponent bets. Okay. Of course, he does have a lot of 7-8, ace-7 even. The ace-7, surely he's not gonna fold, but there's a lot of hands that I put in a lot of trouble here. Let's find the call, ace-7, yeah. I think we played it fine, but we run into a strong hand. The Wacko lives in Brazil too. Do you see him sometimes? I know it's a big country. I was actually supposed to meet him for lunch back in the day, and then he had something that came in between, so he ended up not coming. But so we got close, but not close. Nice waking up to you playing. Vinny, can you tell us the source of your losings this year? Is it the live tournaments? Mostly live tournaments, yeah. But losing a lot on the active side and then passively still doing more than fine, so can't complain. Can't complain. Wow, a big bet and a call. Sorry to hear that. They will really treat you like shit if you don't tip ridiculous amounts every hand, especially the table game dealers entitled to just getting showered with tips, root floor. Yeah, the floor, that was the most amazing thing. Like, having a root floor is so crazy. Like us being there, and then we were with a couple of guys that were spending a crazy amount of money, and they would just like give us the most insane rulings. It was yeah, pretty crazy. How many buy-ins would you recommend for PLO online? Well, you can see on my Twitter how crazy swingy this challenge is, so I definitely recommend you bringing a couple. Not to be underestimated, the swings. What is the best PLO course content online for MTTs? There's not any good PLO courses, I think. So yeah, that's my that's that. Does your ego hurt when your opponent calls you a nit? Yeah, it's a funny thing. If you're really not a nit, then your opponent calling you a nit or thinking that you are a nit is great. So I always feel like people who get offended by that are indeed nits. But yeah, I don't know. I think 100 to be safe, 50 if you want to be risky, and maybe 20 for shot taking. That sounds pretty aggressive. Who can even coach you? You're the best. I'm definitely not the best, but trying. Check. 9-8, that was a spicy one. Yeah, I guess we're waiting for the whiz. Yeah, they're coming soon, right? They're coming soon. This is a funny one where my opponents are checking their whole range. So I don't think I can bluff every hand. They're usually, when they check twice, they have capped ranges, but now they have uncapped ranges. And here we're unblocking everything super hard. Going to go for, I guess, light value when we bet pot with an 8 high flush. Could definitely like get ourselves into trouble here. I guess we're all waiting for the whiz to make PLO. Yeah, it's coming. That will be that will have a huge impact on PLO for sure. Would love a GTO arena with PLO for heads up. That would be super hype. Please move the right table. Yes, sir. It's a good shout. Jablinski is really thinking about it. We're also on stream, so maybe he's just stream sniping us. Let's see if our delay is long enough. I think so, 3 minutes. Must be very tough. Incorrectly stream sniping me. Ooh. Yeah. Sick hand. Imo gets a standard by Vinny Vidi. He was just all in and we couldn't see his holdings. In your opinion, what is a quote-unquote good study material on PLO? Yeah, you have a lot of training sites that give okay stuff away. But they don't give you the things that you really need. You'll have to go out and find that yourself. Are you the favorite to win this challenge? Who have been the toughest to play against in the pool? Zagas has been absolutely crushing me. Matthias de Smith saying good luck. He is the guy who picked me up from the gutter when I was 19 and broke and made me, or was at the base of the poker player I am today. I think playing long term is great, but cutting the hours is my personal goal. Playing 3 to 4 hours would be great. Yeah, I think 3-hour sessions are kind of ideal, where it's very hard to keep the focus longer than 3 hours. How would you spend your life if you had no poker at all, but all the money in the world? I did it. I retired from poker for 1.5 years, and it wasn't my happiest period of my life, so you really need something to do. I ended up deciding to make a list for myself, things that I wanted to do. ways that I wanted to grow, and started doing that, but it didn't make me as happy as I am when I was playing poker. The happiest I was when I was playing poker with like my financial goals in mind, because you're really working towards a goal. Everything makes sense. You're getting up every day excited to reach your goal, and then you reach your goal and it's kind of disappointing. Like all the cheesy one-liners are true. Ooh, 4-bet. I'm happy. It's a terrible hand to call squeeze with. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to, but I was going to. I would have missed. Looks like a pretty good board for the 4-better. Ric Flair gets there. Ace, Ace-9 and double suited. Super standard hand as well, but yeah. And probably not smart enough if I had to guess. Best comment yet. Who is the most creative or tough player in this championship? Yeah, it's hard to say. I think Zagas and God are giving me enough problems. Toilet Rag is another one that has been pretty tough. Just checking here is fine. Stepping small may be a thing as well. Check raising here would be very cool. Check calling the standard. Check again, and we're going to check raise if we get the opportunity. We don't. The check raise would not have been successful. My opponent had the top set. Do you think it is better to get really good at PLO or decent at both PLO and PLO 5 cards? I think it's good to focus on one game. I think most of the successful players, like at the top, have focused on one game, but yeah. I didn't get robbed in Vegas. I just heard stories about people getting robbed at Rio and those overpasses, yeah. Maybe they lost it all and didn't want to admit it. That's also possible. Also possible. Is Doug Polk's heads-up challenge still on at the Lodge? Would you consider playing him at NL and PLO 200-400? Would be nice to see on the Lodge live stream. No, I think I lose harder in No Limit Hold'em than I win at Pot Limit Omaha. Just for the views. And work a little bit on my pre-flop for No Limit Hold'em. Then it could be nice. I think if I sort out my pre-flop, then I don't think I would do great against Doug, but try not to lose more than 30 big blinds per 100 hands. How would you recommend studying PLO then? On my Twitter you can find a page. Working with Mongo Solver is the most important one. Finding a mentor is probably the best way. Like, there's so many mistakes you can make, not knowing what material to look at and that kind of stuff. Check calling, not really an option. We do block a 10 and a club. We're up against the limping range here and the small blind range. I wouldn't mind a bet and then see. Japan is great that way, 0 tips everywhere, and the quality is great everywhere. Yeah, it's super nice. I mean, the American system works in a way that the service there is great, but you're also paying the most amount of money ever for that service. So. Do you study with the Mastermind Sims? I have done that, but at the moment I'm using Pilo Genius. Do you speak Portuguese? Do you like pão de queijo? Yes, and I always used to say pão de queijo just to make the women at the bakery laugh, but maybe after making that joke for 28 times they started to understand that I was trying to make fun of them instead of the other way around. Make bank get curvy girls. Brazilian women are amazing. I always go to Carnival in Ipanema, Rio. Yeah, I've been there as well. It's very nice. Wow, we finally finished all the questions. Fresh melon juice. Learn how to play mediocre, no limit, and bank the WSOP main event. That's the best way to get rich. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Ace King Queen 9. Very decent holding. I'm gonna order myself some coffee and an acai. Maybe 2 coffees, huh? Treat myself. Okay. Like, people don't understand how good we have it, huh? I'm streaming some poker and ordering food to my doorstep in seconds. Very easy to lose track of how good we have it when you look around too much. Is EEE27 the best MTT PLO player, and why does he never smile? I don't think he's the best PLO player, tournament player, but he's definitely up there, top 5 for sure. I think we fold this one. He does smile, but not too much. Can't show too many emotions as a poker player. Being about PLO 6, what do you do for the mental game? Sports, meditate, talking to a coach. Thanks for answering all these questions from Ayus. Sports is a really big one for me. So if I don't go to the gym, I don't have that moment of meditation. For me, going to the gym is more like meditation. Like empty my head. I'm in constant conversation with myself, which is very nice because I come to pretty interesting conclusions, but it's also very annoying because it's never quiet there unless I'm in the gym and I have a big barbell above my head. There's no internal conversation going on at that moment, so that really helps. Juarne is saying the Legende Smitje Smee picture up from the gutter. Nice, yes, exactly. Niklas Swartzman, how are you running all your stuff as a fellow Mac user? Looks like there's no HUD for coin on Mac, and Bootcamp doesn't work for the newer models. If you are serious about your poker career, you have to have Microsoft. Pains me to say, but let's see what happened here. Big hand. We're going to 3-bet this one. Check calling is pretty bad. Betting is also pretty bad, but I think it's less bad. Now we're just gonna check and decide. If he bets, we have to fold. I'm blocking everything, so I think we want to bet here. Bit uncertain about the size, but kind of a nice run out for our hand. We don't have many bluffs, like we can even size smaller. Like, do we really bet pot with aces? Maybe not. But I still like it, the size of the pot. Pot it. We're all super deep, so we get to VPip a lot from that position. Super nice hand to stab with, I think. And here we have a funny spot. Just gonna check. Here we're going to raise. Raise and a call. On the turn, not sure if we check or we bet here. I think checking is nicer, but check and decide. Funny river. We can just fold here, but definitely a chance that Jablinski is getting up to something weird. Yeah, this really sucks. We do unblock the king check 10 somewhat. One out of 5 times you have to be good. I think it's very close if this is a good call, but yeah. Very close. Anibal, so Bazo, hey there, love to see the gameplay. Do you have any specific goal with the content or doing it for fun now? Enjoy the session. As long as I enjoy doing it, I'll continue doing it. It has given me a lot of opportunities that I didn't think that were going to come from it. But I'm at the point where I'm scaling down a little bit, like the vlogs are not going to be part of the content roster anymore. Streaming I really enjoy, like I enjoy Wow. We have to call here, but I've seen better hands. I like promoting Coin Poker. What they're doing for pokers is kind of amazing. If you look at this Cash Game Championship, like from a platform point of view, it's super bad to do it, of course, but hopefully long term it will be good for them. Check, check. We have a terrible hand to stab with. I'm blocking all the slow plays. King on the turn. Put my 25-cent below table up if you want to see funny stuff. Getting guy 5-bet ripped on Jack 10 5 deuce on ACR. Yeah, we'll skip that for now. Did you hear about Ren Lin cheating with RTA? I'm not sure if that was the case, but I saw some message. It was super weird and vague, I don't know. If he used RTA, I don't think that was the case, but if he used RTA, he should be banned for life. Yep, I heard that he apologized. I think it's for coaching a friend or something who was in the tournament. It's always funny how these stories get switched up. You played any app games at all? Also swingy and no security, but softer than any site at this point, I think. What are you studying an hour a day? You're going to keep going to the Tritons. I will. Don't worry, I'm not giving up yet. No, I'll never give up. As long as those are profitable for me, I'll be competing in them. Okay, flop a 6. Going to raise. Calling is an option, of course, but raising is an option too. On the ace, I think we're checking most of my range. Ace 6 makes a very nice checking candidate as well. My opponent limp raised me. Yeah. He has to be a creative guy. Oh, I go all in here with the full house. He's gotten the best of me a couple of times already. I'm going to fold, but yeah, super good bluff. Super good find. Well done, Zagas. Well done, sir. On me again. Nice combo, and he does it at the right frequency where you feel super uncomfortable calling. Yeah. Well played, sir. Let's see. What happened to you? What happened to the guy who coached you to become successful? Is he still active and is he better than you? He's still playing, and I guess he's on the same level as I am. What food did you order from iFood? Well, weird question. Uber Eats, if you really want to know. Wow, I'm just gonna fold here. In like super weird size multi-way. Looks very strong. Now we're getting raped by the short stack. Go all in. I think we have 33% against his range, but it's very close, yeah. Wow, we got raised and called. Oh. 8 deuce deuce. Wow. And a 4 on the river. Holy shit, what the fuck is happening here? That's wild. Fortunate run of cards for Ric Flair. Higher set with a flush draw. That's pretty ridiculous turn, yeah. Thanks for the response. I'm still enjoying Pillow 4 cash and never really got into Pillow 5 or 6. Is it expected nowadays that you are decent at all the different variants or focus on one thing? What about MTTs? I think it's best to focus on one thing. If I had to do it now, I would focus on Pillow heads up only. It's a great way to learn the game. To learn thinking about ranges, protecting frequencies. Very nice feedback loop on hands that you play. El Palito 94 saying, hey there, good luck in the challenge. What's the biggest pots you've seen played this challenge? I played one of the biggest ones, a 16k pot or something. All in, 2 times aces and another hand that didn't have us crushed, but definitely had the best of it. Hey Vinny, why are there 2 Kumikons? Makes no sense. The one Joe Ingram interviewed was American and I see another European playing high stakes with the same name. Or am I wrong? Well, imagine he was a big fan of Kumikon and he made the screen name for that reason, right? That would be crazy. That would be super crazy. Palito, I played a 23k pot, bluff catched massive versus Jay Nandes. Wow. Really? What's your make bank get curvy girls? What's your screen name? Nice. Is there a hand history for that hand? Question mark. I was told not to say, but Zagas is Dylan Wiseman, the American from Vegas. No, he's not, bro. Like, what the? Shut the fuck up. He's getting close to a banhammer, like not knowing stuff and then just putting it in the chat. It's super annoying. That's my food. Call. Call and fold. Now I have to run to the door. Look, I'm bluffing the best hand, but yeah. Would have tried to bluff it. Almost did not play this beautiful queen 4-4. Yeah. Zaga's super stud. Hola! Hi sir, how are you? Hi. Amazing, thank you so much. Quick drop off, amazing. This delivery guy knew who he was dealing with. RIP to anyone with a headset. They were going for the bluff. Only one way to win against a guy that does not like to fold. We're unblocking draws, so that's kind of nice. You got the snap fold. Okay, let's see. Queen 10, 5, 6, whoa. It's pretty horrible. Limit this one. Call this one. Can we stab here? I think we can. It's our range quite well. Get one color. Call here with the queen. Kind of standard. It's the small size. Serenito is thinking about it. Okay, we have to fold against the pot raise. Those ranges are so strong. Oof, he calls. Serenito. With a half bet. I can't find any bluffs. I should probably fold, but yeah. Limping here also fine. The shorter stack. I think I'm supposed to 3-bet this one. This is a rough one. It's kind of cool if you hit the king. So that's our aim for today. You're going to c-bet, we block the jack. We have a bunch of cards that interact with the board quite well. Now we fold. Could consider bluffing this one, but we're just gonna check it back. Ten, wow. Going to check back here with the 4. It's not really a hand we can get a ton of value with. Now we're going to raise. Calling is fine as well, of course, but there's so many combo draws that we could be bluffing with. It's funny, the blinds are all fucked up because somebody left the table. We flop a strong hand. Stab. I think check calling on the river is fine. Very good shot. Straight draw. Going to call. Yet again, nice bluff by Zagas, but this time I had it. The other time I had it too, but I decided to fold. He picks his combos really well. Serenito, I think we just have to fold here, not blocking much on the board. Ace queen. Okay, I'm going to try to eat my stuff, turn off the mic, and then I'll be back to answer the other questions. Okay, we're back in business. If you guys are wondering why I have toilet paper on my desk, it's to clean my desk after eating. A good banana is saying morning Vinny. Is your delay okay? Seems like the messages on chat are appearing on stream the same. Yeah, that's because it's delayed. You're watching it in delayed time. Going to check this hand back. Blind versus blind, kind of a monster. Zygas comes in with the delayed super bet. We river the flush, quick check from Zygas. We bet for the size of the pot and he calls us very quickly. Going to stab here. Kind of nice to have the king. No, it's not so nice to have the king. I'll give up on this one. Did you do an interview with Joey and it was never released? Yes, about a year ago. Could consider bluffing here even. Yeah. Maybe I should next time. Good luck, Dirk. You're doing well in the cash game world championship. Sam, you were crushing everyone. First 15,000 hands. First 15,000 hands were super crazy. Now we're like struggling a bit. I lost a lot, then I won a lot back, then I lost a little bit. This is more what it's supposed to be. Kaki T is joining in. God from Stockholm trading. I don't know. He's the god of the hero calls. Do you change the table if you run bad for a long time or you don't believe in that the algorithm could be against you? No, I think that's a bad quality to have as a poker player. Good luck down the stretch, man. Thank you. Somebody's saying, whoa, quad threes. We're 20 minutes behind in the chat. I'm gonna do my best to catch up. That's called a poker jog. That's not how that works, I don't think, man. Okay, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Here we start with check. Proceed on the turn with another check. Could take it down with a 7, but the speed of Zygas' check. Set anything. Small bet by my opponent. Well, surely I want to raise sometimes, especially with Jack 10, but this combo seems fine as well. This time we'll just call. It's nice to keep his air in. Never raising there is a big mistake, of course, but I wanted to induce, but I think I'm just gonna pot and call it off if he goes all in. Hoping that he has 10-6 or something. Okay. Our hand is kind of under-wrapped. I mean, of course, we would prefer to have a better hand than this, but it's hard. This line we're going to call. Oh. Nice combo by him, I think. It's fine, whatever he wants to do, to call or to raise there. What do you think about Ivy's strategy of walking away from a cash game session in the early stages, especially if he lost a buy-in? I think it's a terrible strategy, and I don't think that's Phil Ivy's strategy. You just have to see how good the game is and make a decision based on that. Are there any really good Americans playing the challenge? Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably. Dnex and Helmut are playing Incognito. Yeah, they are not. Seven, 3, 4. Oh, nice and thin. Mic's still on. Oh, sorry. Who do you think is in the top 3 PLO MTT guys if EEE is only top 5? Oh, I'm saying he's somewhere in the top 5. Like, it's very hard to pinpoint who's actually number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Also, I don't know him well enough, right? So other guys I know better, I work together with, that kind of stuff. I think Range wants to do a lot of checking here. Here again, I think we check ace 9. It's fine. Here we continue our story. It's not a great turn to barrel on, but we have so little showdown value, so I think we gain a lot from betting there. Coming in with a delayed bet. On a good river we could size super big. Not this one here, we just go in checking mode. Pair and a king high flush draw, enough to c-bet. We get raised. This might be a nice hand to jam it in with. Not sure, totally unsure. Plays pretty bad as a call. Has equity against almost everything. The nice equity from a king that he uses as a bluff. You have to find a couple of those because people are check raising quite aggressively. Five on the river, we just check it down. Okay, king. Small blind does hit this board, kind of, but that's not really how we approach c-betting or not. I think we can bet small here. go, I don't know what I'm doing. Ace 8, we're going to check raise for value actually. Top 2 pair and a double back to flush draw. It's pretty strong. My opponent calls and a 3 of diamond rolls off on the turn. Okay. Going to apply maximum pressure here. Quick all in, that's mediocre news, but it's pretty good news actually. Free rolling him with the 3 and the diamond draw. It's a nice one. Could think of 2 opponents that I would like to do this more against, but who do you think is in the top 3 PLO MTT guys? Power rankings. Yeah, people love the power rankings. I mean, I think putting Martin Dam there is a very easy choice. I also rate Groove Buck Jones's game very highly. He is in there. Lautaro, I don't think you can argue with his results. So he should be in there. And Yoni, maybe that's a nice top 5. Maybe that's a nice top 5. I think I'm just outside the top 5 myself. I don't think I work hard enough on my MTT game to deserve a spot there. Flat call the 3s. My itch got scratched thanks for streaming. That's not really what I'm trying to achieve with the stream, but hey Vinny, I love your streams. 6 on a river. Good spell disaster. I think we're potting and we're falling to a pot bet race. He does do it, and like even I know he's very capable of bluffing me here, but I just think there's better combos to call with. We do unblock the 8-6 heavily, and it's like super nice printer bluff combo. So we're going to fold and find out. 8-9. Very good combo to do it with. I think I have better calls. Sometimes you just have to accept that these are things that are part of poker. I'm not always super good at it. Named fold, I guess. 3-bet here. I think we're just gonna mash it in. We have a pair, open-ender, flush draw. We're not really like looking to get called. Checking back could be a thing as well. Just don't know the spot good enough. Actually pretty cool to check back. Pair, open-ender, and then it's too strong, I think. Just have to bet it. Imagine making a weak king fold. It's always nice to ask yourself those questions, like what do we achieve by betting? 65. It's a nice hand to bluff with because we still have equity against hands that he calls with that contain to pair. Here we're going for ultra thin value. I think it's kind of nice. Quick call, that's bad news. Check 9. Yeah. Quincy. Missed the slow play. Missed the slow play. Open this hand. I love your streams. Why do you not have a limp raising range? I thought it is needed to be balanced, or did the solver come up with a limp strategy without limp raise? No, in order to be balanced, you should have a limp raising range. So yeah, you're completely correct. I am incorrectly not limp re-raising. I have been thinking about doing it, and I will do it at some point, but as for now, I'm not even sure if I can bet here. It's tough to get 3 opponents to fold, but it's also kind of a sexy bluff combo. Yeah, this is a problem. Kind of hard to wrap. My hand now. Going to do it anyway. As if we would bet 8-10 on the river. I mean, we might. It's very unlikely for him to have a full house after checking back the flop. Yeah, the limp raising. I'm going to add it to my strat. It's a good one. Like sometimes you have to care about being balanced, sometimes no, but in that sense I think it's nice to have it. The match you have a jungle, will you both stream it like Gelfand did and him? That's the plan for the challenge, if it's happening. We do message every now and then, but no conclusive. Might be a bit too light, but I like it more than a flat call. I'm going to c-bet. It's not nice having no diamond. And also we're up against the cutoff range, which is different than the button range. We can c-bet super wide against button. Still, we're the ones who are having all the flush draws and that kind of stuff. On this turn we're going to check mostly. Annoying. If I was a street poker player, I would click it back here, but I guess I'm not. He does have the king. He does have a lot of kings if he comes to flop. That's why we're checking most of our range, I think. Look at the spot he had. It's not easy to call the king there. Didn't have much in terms of outs, but he should call there for sure. Okay, let's see. We're almost closing in on 3 hours. Still a lot of questions that I have to answer. Okay, we can hit this. Oof, we hit it too hard. We hit it too hard. I think this is the kind of combo that if we get checked to, maybe we just fucking pot bet it. If he bets, I think we... This is the kind of combo we slow play like kings, but this is a very special combo. I think we just fast play it. Okay, nines on the ace high board. Jablinski, very capable player. 1/3. I think we're calling the raising. Oh, it's all super fine. There's a small part of like air that goes 1/3 that we want to slow play against. Like these kind of hands would fold against the jam. Not saying I'm never jamming, but... And here we have a very special combo. Limp raising range is super strong, of course, but if we manage to get a fold here, that would be very, very amazing. We do get a fold against Happy Sally. Then all of a sudden we're having a winning session. Oh boy. Huh. If we ever wanted to check back the nuts, maybe this is a good candidate. People incorrectly always bet the nuts, or almost always, which limits our options on the turn. In terms of raising, or now we have to bluff catch with these weird hands and never have the nuts. Our opponent never has to worry about facing the nuts. I don't know. We check. Funny river. It's a dangerous game I'm playing here because we risk getting pushed off our hand if Quincy decides to turn his jack into a bluff. He does like a hero call here and there, so we have to try and balance out the betting and the checking. Goes for the fold this time. Okay, I think we're in the winning column. So yeah, me and Jungle would both stream, which is not something we did during the Galfond challenge. If it will actually happen, I'm not sure, but it would be so cool. Like, cards open, just two top poker guys going at it. I think it might happen, but we're both very busy and there's a lot of stipulations. Like, he wants to play on Phenom Poker, I want to play on Coin Poker, of course, like that kind of stuff. Seems like a hand that I could stab. I have all the kings, all the queens. Vinny, where in Europe can you play live 0 taxes for poker wins. I read Austria and Portugal, but there's a catch, isn't there? No, I think that's what happens there. Malta seems to be a place that a lot of people move to as well. 3 betting the aces. It's a funny board, king 8-8. I think he should even consider leading with a lot of his kings or just a king blocker. Because he's got all the... Going to stab he wants. He's got all the kings, all the 8s. Can he run out? Don't see a route to winning this hand. Another check from Happy Sally. I think I'm going to bet for value. It's kind of tricky because we can still face check raises. But it's super nice to unblock both the king and jack. I do have some air that takes also similar route, but not that much. Here we're going to pot. Two pair and a flush draw, pretty strong hand. We need a lot of protection. In general, I haven't faced too many people checking back sets, but it happens, of course. And now we're blocking basically all the bluffs and unblocking all the jack tens. So if my opponent bets, I think we have a fine fold. Let's check back with a hand that should be a c-bet. Like pair of queens and a ace-high flush draw. But maybe I'm instilling fear in my opponents. It's probably close to a fold or a fold. I mean, I have to brush up on my pre-flop for sure. Kind of in between this hand, so we're just gonna check call. Here we'll see a turn. Small bet. Very tempting to raise, but we're just gonna call it. Yeah, nice. Nice try, sir. Too good, I guess. He's been playing very well. I'm very impressed. Here all the draws come in, so it's so tough for my opponent to figure out a hand that I have that could be a bluff, especially since his size is pretty big. Expecting some folds here. 5-3. I'm going to be a pussy today. Let's see how that works. Quite well. Get raised here. Okay, a bunch of aces, a bunch of nuts. I also feel the limping range is very predictable. Medium hands and a lot of queen, queen, XX. I mean, there should be a lot more hands than just queen, queen, XX. And I think I do a good job at limping a lot of other stuff, but you are heavily weighted towards weak queens, kings and queens. Fanny Vidi is such a good boy. Paper on the desk means to clean things. Exactly. You got it. What's your take on the Lukaku versus Giselle match? Are you following it? Eric Ekstrom. I mean, my take is that it's the two guys with some huge cojones going at it, which I really enjoy. Not sure who's the better one. I would lean Giselle, but yeah, not too sure. Would you recommend Dylan Weitzman's Upswing PLO course? I haven't seen it, so I couldn't recommend it. What do you say to yourself when you run such under EV and losing? Yeah, it's going to be better. It's going to be better at some point. It's also like you have to deal with it. It's your job, man. Like, deal with the swings. It's the reason that other people play poker against me. Here checking is super fine, of course. Betting is also super interesting. So many runouts we can do something on. Is Zaga a hot girl or what? Stop folding, man. Not sure which hand you're referring to, but... Oh, that the full house. Yeah, I think it's okay. Zaga has a really nice balance between aggression and passiveness. We face a bet from Mike, which is super weird because he's supposed to check his range. So usually they're pretty strong. Would think it's queens a lot, but we're just so strong here. Eights with a good shot with a flush draw that we're going to pot bet. Let's find the fold. Both LMF and Kumikon running 50k below, that's sick. Yeah, it sounds super sick and it's super standard. It's really annoying, but I guess the challenge is about EV, so they're doing well in terms of potentially winning the challenge. 10 on the turn, king, we're blocking. I think it's not strong enough, but let's see. Does Solver ever limp call with nice aces, or do we ever want to 3-bet a bottom tier hand to open up our perceived range? No, I don't think Solver flat calls strong aces at all. But I really have to brush up on my pre-flop, so don't take anything from me. Does always showing the hands make us want to be even more balanced and unpredictable? I think so, yeah. Like a lot of information is being conveyed to our opponent, so... And 4 is a very nice number. It's entirely likely that you're playing too many tables at the same time and you're just putting your poker career on hold. Anything above 4 it's very hard to think very deeply about every hand. Thanks for the answer. I play in private games with minimum VPIF 45 and ante, and I limp raise very much, especially because the opponents raise often, but do not 3-bet very often. Yeah, it's a very nice way to approach that game. Then a fish rack called my strategy. 20 years old. I don't know what you're saying with the last line. Shit, that will be sick. What's your opinion on Jay Nanda's performance? He's leading of the biggest PLO coaching sites, but he's 23,000 in the red. Like the sample isn't big enough to say something about his game. However, I've seen him being way more aggressive, which I'm a big fan of, but I think he's overdoing it a little bit here and there. But who knows? Let's freaking go, Andrew Kang. Is there a reason why you don't use a HUD? Yes, because I'm streaming. You guys should have a video or audio like Gelfand and Jungle did in their sessions. Also great if you can talk to each other. I'm down for anything. Me and my 10-month-old watching got a stardom early. I've been a pro for about 15 years and I love your streams. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Get them in early. Get them in early. Estonia and Finland have 0 income tax on gambling. That's nice. You just said I'm going to bet for value, but my brain changed to I'm going to bet for value, which also would be quite accurate. Going to bed to rest and sleep value. Sleeping is the most underrated performance enhancer in the world for sure. No limit hold'em play here, the way you talk about hands is really valuable. It's so different from hold'em play. Yeah, I think hold'em is very combo based as well, which I'm starting to think or approach PLO more like hold'em lately. I'm trying to find the amount of combos that could be bluffing. Limp fold from Tess, that's interesting. I don't think Solver ever limp folds there. So they don't have to pay taxes if they win in America. I don't think they have to, no. I really got the feel for how you have to see this game. Of course, gonna punt it off soon while trying the game. The danger of watching me play is the same when you were in high school and you're making this math test and you have the answers there right next to you. This is super close. I'm not sure if we appeal here. You have the answers right next to the math test, and then when you're making it with the answers there, it all makes sense. It's all logical. And then you are in math class doing your actual exam and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Since when did these digits change to letters? I should have been paying more attention in class. Ooh, the turn special. The turn special. The river, okay-ish river, especially after he snap checks, super weird timing. I'm going to check. Things are going quite well, I think. Tom Aspinall versus Surreal Gan this weekend. And many other great fights. Who do you got? Yeah, Tom Aspinall I think is going to crush Surreal Gan. I think he really got exposed by Bonnie, my boy Bones Jones. I think we're going for the check raise here. It's nice to have a hit and see how much my opponent's actually stabbing, but okay, sizable stab as well. We're out of position. We have a bunch of equity against basically any holding. We're not super psyched if he stacks off. We're behind for sure, but okay, we're in the zone. We're in the zonibus. We're making the right decisions and our opponents are making the wrong decisions against our right decisions. Take it down with a 10. Happy Sally. We have a set of 4s. It's a very dry one, so we always want to flat call the dry ones. It's a very nice way to balance as well between raising and calling. Basically hoping for a dry turn, like it's pretty dry. We're basically hoping for a dry turn and then we check raise. We're not super excited. He has a bunch of 10s and queens, and queen 10 we do very well against, but is he going to pot bet queen 10 on the turn? Dry. Not sure. He is pot betting. Here, how are we going to approach this? With a c-bet, it's a bit penty. Could check call as well. Here we're going all in, praying for queen 10. Quick call, it might be queens or 10s. Yeah, it's annoying, but that's a 4. That's super sick. I mean, for the championship it's terrible. For the championship it's terrible. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I think we can consider putting in a raise here. It's nice to block an ace, so we're blocking aces. We do have some equity, backup equity, not really. It does find the call, and it's super annoying turn. It's a pretty good turn. Missed the action here a little bit. My opponent is kind of wrapping a hand that I block. I've called this guy off so many times, so wrong. Calling the king 5. This is a way better calling hand than aces, that's for sure. Of course, he could be very thin, but hands that make sense are 8-10 or something. I mean, queen jack, definitely there, but oh, that's it, huh? Here, I think we're going to check. It's a super annoying spot, but sometimes you can do something funny, and here we're gonna call. Yeah, face the 10s. Fucking Happy Sally. Not singing me everywhere. We made a nice call at least here. Oh, that's so bad for the championship to be set it. Insane that we hit the quads. Such a big size as well on the flop. I mean, surely he shows up with some draws as well, but... So yeah, I have Tom Espinal. I think he's gonna run through Cyril. You have the build-up video that I'm gonna watch after the session. Best resources to learn from NTT Lokesh, from Harsh. On my Twitter, look at my Twitter, search it, do some good research. I should have a chatbot. Okay, I'll look into it. It's so annoying to set those kind of things up. But Happy Sally, yeah. Does Happy Sally have bluffs there? I don't know. No. I think on that kind of run out he does, but oh, he's really crushing in the challenge in my database. Wow, insane numbers. No, even better. Yeah, it seems to be creative enough to deserve the call there. Huh. Oof. We might have to fold. At best, we're flipping against this guy. And we have this guy behind us. Feels very tight, but I think it's fine to fold here. Short on time bank as well. Quick all in, so I think we made the right decision. Turns out he misclicked. Aces. Okay, dodge the bullet. Dodge the fucking bullet. That's nice. So I guess seems to stab there quite often. Huracan, we're just gonna fold. I think we want to block the board to call there. I think we're playing some neat poker, huh? Some strong poker. Did you think Hernandez would have done better in this challenge than he is right now? Man, it's such a problem with the data set. It's like 30,000 hands. Like if you get set over set it 16 times out of 20 instead of the other way around, now you look like a losing poker player. Yesterday I had a hand where the river made it so that instead of winning 4K in a pot, I lost 4K. So that's an 8K difference in one hand. If that happens a couple of times, it's brutal. It's very bad for your win rate. I looked at the leaderboard just now. Kimikon is running 70k below EV. That's pretty sick. Yeah, he's a strong guy though. He can handle the swings. I really like him. He's a super likable guy. Seems like the people on top run very much under EV. Yeah, it's just random. Depends if the country has a tax treaty with America. Finns don't pay tax, but Estonians pay on spot in casino if you profit more than 5k in the USA. Majority of it can be reclaimed. Yeah, it's a problem and it's a bit annoying as well to get it back. It's a lot of paperwork. Yeah. Yes, gambling profits are taxed in the USA. Here we're gonna make a call with a jack and a good shot. Kings. Definitely a hand we could turn into a bluff. If you want to grab some like creative hands, unlikely that we win by checking. I'm blocking all the draws. But then again, checking is fine. Gambling profits are taxed in the US. After watching Jay Nandas folding nut flush because there was a straight flush on the board, I have been check raising him with any holding in most hands I have played versus him. He folds every time. Not sure if this is a serious message, but that's pretty sick. He's not folding these days. He's folding less, that's for sure. 4 out of space. So with the force versus queens, if he jammed the river, would you have gained points? Since he jammed turn while you were behind, you lost points. Yeah, exactly. So if I flat called there and I checked on the river and he would go all in, then it would be very good for the championship. Now it's very bad. I'm basically losing $2,000 there. So tilting, we didn't get Jones versus Espinal. That's the real fight. Yeah, is it the real fight though? I don't know. It baffles me that he didn't take the fight. It's like he's getting paid so much money for it, and I think it's quite likely that he wins still. Like, it's a dangerous fight, don't get me wrong. Like, Tom Espinal is a proper heavyweight. I think think this is just too gappy. The aces we can open. Would be kind of nice to do a 24-hour stream. 16-hour. Just before the end of the challenge. Hey Vinny, great stream as usual. What's the reason for not using a head? We're streaming at the moment. I do that on my MacBook and I don't have my software on my MacBook. Happy Sally. Check, it's a pretty bad turn. You can put quite a bit of pressure on us. Now I think a check is just the way to go, protecting our range. We miss some value there, that's for sure. I think he could consider betting again on the turn, but check is completely fine. Let's see, okay, so either we reach 400 viewers, which is, it's at 312 at the moment. So I'm gonna give you guys some homework. Share the stream with anyone you know that might be interested in watching it. We get to 400 in the next 15 to 20 minutes, or else I'm out. I'm gone. I'm goners. I think we can call here. There's less money in the middle when there's less people at the table. Go to bed twice. My opponent calls. River of 9 rolls off. Going to bet full pot. Quick call by my opponent. Yeah, most standard call ever. We're 3-betting here. Maybe incorrectly so, but I think it's a very nice hand to have. Here we're going to pot bet. It's a very nice hand to pot bet with, since I'm blocking the ace-9, but no dice, my opponent didn't have it. Did not have it. Archite is saying, yeah, Dirk, just check raise Janandas every hand, he folds every time apparently. I've played with him in the challenge and he's an extremely tough competitor these days. Not saying that he wasn't back in the day, but he's definitely going after it a bit more. I think I just want to bet twice here myself. I'm blocking all the pairs, it's kind of nice. Check it back. All the 9s. Not much we can do there. That is right, saying clown. It's the new buzzword. Test does have limp raises. It makes a very big difference. A lot of people in the challenge are like applying a limp call strat only, which completely changes the way you isolate. Here with the top and bottom pair, it's a very nice hand to check back with. If you get check raised, we're not in a great spot, so not that we approach every spot like that. You're gonna call once, maybe twice. Twice, I guess it kind of sucks, but 3 pairs just too strong of a hand. 8-8. Fold the kings, we block no pairs on the board. Fairly standard decisions all around. Do you think Blast would be plus EV in this challenge? Ooh, I'm not sure. Don't know much about his 6 max. There was a question from Michael Sklenica. Jordan James, so are you approaching this challenge in a way to gain points? Or are you just playing your normal strategy? It seems to me that you should push equity hard if you're trying to win the challenge. No, you shouldn't. Like, my overall goal whenever I'm playing a cash game is to gain as much EV as possible. So it's not like my strat is changing a lot. There are things you can do, like flat calling certain spots to swing harder in EV, but in general you should play your normal game and that should like reward you with the most EV. My opponent checks, maybe we just fire off a little bet. Coin poker. Coin poker 2025. So it's a new account or it's someone who was way ahead of his time. We're potting here. Generating a fold is super cool with 10 high, of course. Polarization for the win. Who is the most creative guy in this challenge for you? Wow. Maybe God from Stock. I'm seeing a lot of like nice moves that I don't see much in 10-20 guys. Nice blackmail about reaching 300 viewers, yes, and we're doing bad numbers wise. Because it's still sunny here, I want to do a nice little gym session. So it's either 400 viewers or it's nothing. Do you think you'll actually take the whole thing? Seems like you've not grinded much at all while being top 1 forever. No, we're super close now in terms of results. And I have been grinding a lot the last 7 days. But I had a higher score a week ago, so would have been better off not doing it. Nah, we're not results oriented like that, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I think you understand what I'm saying. Okay, 8-8-3-3. It's a very nice ace cracker. Also, the hands shouldn't contain too many 3s or 8s. 8s maybe more than I would like to admit, but just to check. Oof, almost me. That was almost me. Not blocking any pairs on the board, it's not great. Like we got small on the turn, so his range is still quite wide. He does have a lot of aces with blocker, I think. Will he bluff them? Maybe. I I think we bill once here. It's not great. Calling is not superb. Nice value bet. He really got me there. Okay, we are folding. I had the best hand. He bluffed me. No, he had aces. I would have rivered the flush. Not that it matters. Call. Coin poker. Yeah, interesting river spot with the flush. I think we just call there. Call and move on. Funny hand. It's like a good c-bet and a bad c-bet at the same time. I think we just bet it. And if we would raise, then we'd probably just jam it in and crush his draw super hard. I think here we're just pot and calling. Really curious what Tess is going to do here. I think with the deuces we have a pretty mandatory flat call. I'm going to check back here. I think he's checking queens and tens as well. One pot bet left though. Definitely a guy that can hero call. What do we do? Bet and call. So many draws, I'm just gonna go for it. Sometimes I just know what to do and then don't do it. Just going against my feeling because I'm greedy. Queen 10, very obvious hero call for him, I think. Maybe sizing smaller would be nice. I don't think he's gonna hero. He's going to time bank fold here. We completely fucked up this hand because we're way too focused on this one. I know he has a hero call. That's the reason I went for the value. And he knows I'm a punter as well, in the sense that sometimes I go for it with combos that should not be bluffs. Oh, he calls. Yeah, that's it. Queen 10. Wow. And then we're presented with this beauty. 18%. We're gonna start with the check, that's for sure. Oh, he checks it back. That's very weird. I think we start turning it into a bluff now. Which sounds weird, but... check. Yeah, check back the nuts. We almost shut up the leaderboard there. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm calling a hand that should not be a call. I'm gonna fold. Great check back by my opponent. That's with the tilt 3-bet. I would definitely 4-bet him a bit lighter after that hand. Did I fuck up that hand? I don't know. I think it was somewhat fine actually. Yeah. That's getting, wow. Triple punished. Like that's how brutal poker can be. Here we have a nice bluffing candidate. I'm getting less and less credit, especially from this guy, so that kind of sucks, but could definitely be setting me up with 10s or jacks. Jack raising. Also, Jack 10 is a super nice check raise bluff candidate. I think this combo is very nice for bluffing. Yeah. Foldsky, Jack 10, 10, 10, yeah. Well played. Played me like a fiddle. Like we're blocking that hand, so I think long term it's fine. Here, check calling is kind of tough, so maybe we want to start bluffing. Feels like we're bluffing every hand now. I'd really like to get just 2 folds is fine. Just take it down here. No. Here with the 7s, I think we're just gonna check. Blocking a lot of the draws. Not the ideal hand to bet again. Takes it down with the 8s. That's painful. That's painful. Okay. Last few questions and then I'm out. Start with a check call. Check raise, of course, it's super fine as well. Sometimes we want to keep some strong hands in the check calling range. Like this one, it's one that goes very well. In terms of calling 3 streets, there's almost no run out where we have to fold on. Bet for my opponent. I think going for value is a little bit too tough. 5-6s seems to be the bottom of his bet range. Queen 5 is somewhat likely. He just went for it, so that's why it's nice to put it in the flat calling every now and then. King 10 of diamonds, that's about the worst flop we can see. We do actually have the 7 as an out spade, but I think we just have to fold here. Yeah, it's his range so hard. Wow. We had 0 out there. He checks. Oh, checks full house. That's kind of wild. He goes all in. That's interesting. Would have been a funny spot there with the coin poker going all in. Yeah, we have him crushed. 8%. Take it down. Some big stacks here. Some big stacks. Okay, let's do the last few questions. Dirk, what percentage should we flip? It's probably close. We play so wide. What percentage of sessions do you cut short from tilt, not feeling competitive, tired? Not many. It's probably one of my biggest leaks. Just keep on playing. I've lost a lot of money doing it. It's very, very hard for me. I don't know. It's probably an ego thing, or it's for sure one of my biggest leaks. Guys, everyone watching, log in on phone with second account so Vinny keeps streaming. Yeah, 288, so the stream is soon to be over. Just gonna check here, I think. And here we have a lead from my opponent. I'm going to raise. And here we have a pot bet from my opponent. It's kind of tough because we have 1, 2, 3, 9, 11, 22% to make a very strong hand. Got from stock is leading here. Super weird line. 22% to make a very strong hand. I think we just call and just call and fold. I think that's very hard. Going to call here. It's weird hand, weird line. He did have it. It's a super nice board to turn your low straight into a bluff, I think. But he had the full house. Here on the turn. I think we bet again. It's not a great combo to do it with, but we would really appreciate a fold there. Or to milk a lower 2 pair. Hi, wie geht's? Maximilian, is that the Max Lemansky? That would be fun. That would be fun. Here we go to stab. Hi Derek, do you ever fold a full house on some boards facing pot on the river? Not often, but there's definitely spots where you can do it. Here we face the check raise and we have the kind of nut bluff catcher. Like of course 10 jack is even nicer, but queen king 10. Don't think we're folding here. Smaller bet seems strong, but yeah, nice. Nice. Okay, rough end to the session. I think we'll break even or whatever. Maybe slightly winning. I don't know. We did get set undersetted here. Then we had a big hand against this guy. Then we bluffed off a stack against LMF. I think Nandes is probably breaking even or slight winner loser in the challenge. Don't really swing 10, 15 binds every sessions if you are beating the game's 5 BB plus. That's not true. You can go to my Twitter and see how hard you swing. It's insane. Like you 100% swing those amounts. Hi Fanny, do you have any training course recommendations for Pillow entities? General advice on my Twitter, you can find it. You can find it on my Twitter. Yeah, tough to wrap a hand there, huh? Tough to wrap a hand there. Hi, good luck. What's your favorite type of fish? Wow. Rubadu is very nice, I think. Tuna, my favorite fish when it comes to your random omakase experience. Hi Derek, would you apply a limping strat from early position, mid position if you are new to PLO, or is it a little bit too advanced? No strong opinion. I think it's nice to have a very simple strategy though. When you start playing, you start implementing the tougher stuff to execute later on in your poker career, but I don't think it's that tough. LMF really thinking about it. Yeah, this is probably the most perfect stepping hand I've ever seen. LMF, you're timing out of the table. Meanwhile, I hit the virtual nuts. It looks like I'm luring him in. I think we just have to check here. If it's a chunky bet. Ten, 3-3. This guy did show willingness to bluff. Willingness to get after it. When we had the trips plus flush draw. So yeah, we can't fold here. 6-8, just steps once. Seems fair. Seems fair. Yeah, when somebody sits out, the software can't really deal with it. Sure, but Nandes is not running terrible, though. Variance increase. 5-8, more with lower win rate. It's true, bro, but just check out my graph. It's like, and maybe you're saying that I'm not as big as a winner as I think I am, but that is right. Half pot, we have a pair and a net back to flush draw, so we're just gonna call. I think stabbing here is kind of nice. Puts him in a spot where he has to take a decision. His decision is raise. Super nice and creative combo. You see how much information you get from playing against someone for a couple of hands. So we now know that this guy is like super happy to go after pots. Not saying that he played them incorrect, just saying that there's people who prefer to take the passive route, and this guy definitely prefers to take the active route. Can we bet here? Good, it sucks to bet. Also nice because we blocked the 8, but I think on this run out we can bluff. On this run out we can actually bluff. Filucati. It's not really solver thing, but stabbing small here is kind of nice. We do block a diamond and a 10. So yeah, we're a bit in between, like what are we wrapping, but that looks like us. It's kind of tough for him to have a better hand there. Big bet and a quick call, king 7, super nice hero call combo. Why show hands? Because it's part of the challenge that you have to show your hands. So Pilo hurts. I have a pet peeve. I really hate it when people present things as if they are the truth and then they are not the truth. Like acting as if you have this level of expertise while you don't have it. So saying he's probably breaking even because you don't really swing more than 10 to 15 buy-ins every sessions if you're beating the games. It's completely untrue. Completely. So I would highly suggest that if you don't want to get the banhammer, not to present things as fact when they are not. Capiche? If you put bet here we check back with the jacks. 9-10 of course is a hand my opponent could have. Oh yeah, now it's becoming pretty sexy to bet, but I think we just check back. Ace 10, wow. Okay. God from stock is thinking about it. We're blocking everything. It's unlikely that he has ace 10 or 9-10, I don't know. Must have found a way. I mean, we block all the pairs. Blocking all of them, so he's getting a very quick call. We're gonna sit out. Creative line, I mean, of course, checking is not going to win the pot for him, I think. Yeah, I don't understand. Like Jay Nandes is He's a great pot limit Maya player. He's won millions with the games. There's no need to for this hate. We're gonna have a zero policy on Jananda's hate. Are you playing the Cash Game World Championship to win it? The Hold'em World Championship seemed to have pretty good for own measures name value. Yeah, it's only mid stakes, right? So I think and hope that there's a high stakes one coming, and I'll go like super hard for that one. I would like to win this one. Like, I'm trying. I'll take some time off at some point as well. But have you guys ever played against him? Lol, what is this hate? I don't hate him. My liking for the guy has nothing to do with his poker skills. I've played him and I don't hate at all. Said he was good. Super unlikable though. Nit but solid. Okay, next one who hates on Nandus is getting the banhammer. You talk about people based on vibes that you only know through videos and have strong opinions how likable someone is. Yeah, it's retarded high school mentality. I agree. Stefan is him. Thought his account name was Signum. Yeah, it's not the real Stefan. It's not the real one. Do we know who Stefan 11222 is? It's not Stefan. His name is Signum on CoinPoker. Yes, I know who he is. When was your biggest breakthrough and how did you make it happen? Finding my backer / staker was the biggest for sure. And we could potentially check raise. No, it's a hand we could potentially bet. Check raise, of course, also viable strat. Show me the graph. No graph on this computer. I think if you want to make it playing poker full time, you have to be zen like Dirk. It definitely helps, but it fucks you up in your normal life. Like, trying to get rid of all your emotions really has an impact on my day-to-day life. Like, I struggle feeling stuff in my day-to-day because I'm trying to shut off my emotions for long times. Okay, it was a swingy session, slight small win, I think, not sure. Let's see tomorrow. No, Zagas is back in the ranking. Canarian, Kumikon, got from stock, Tony, Casca, Soyboy, never has to end. Pretty sick. Excited to play my second session after the gym. 8 tables, clicking around. It's always nice on stream, but not too bad after. Just say stupid stuff and get banned. You'll see the live tilt graph. Would you be up for doing a study with Venny stream at some point? Yeah, maybe, but I think not that many people want to see it. Well, Dirk makes updates on his Twitter and shows graphs. Yeah, Twitter's the place to go if you want to see graphs. So yeah, we have $1 win today, but I'm not sure if it says anything about actual winnings because we did one out my opponent for a healthy sum of money. Ask for my hands and see when I come back. Okay, boys and girls, that was it for today. 4 hours. 4 pairs. 4 pairs, you're unblocking the bluffing range of your opponent pretty hard, yeah. Pretty hard. Last couple of hands. Next Sunday, not sure if I'm streaming. My friends will be here. Probably short one, and maybe Monday short one as well. Finger crossed. Coin release. A heads up PLO challenge. Wow, heads up PLO challenge. That would be very cool, huh? I only think there's a capped amount of players that would like to play in that one. That would be pretty neat indeed. We're going out with a bang. Ace, ace, 10, 10. Trouble. Going to 4-bet for sure. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in. See you guys on the next stream on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Don't play poker. No, whatever. See you guys.